At that time, if you sit up, human system functions in a certain way.
So when you get in sync, certain things will happen.
It will bear maximum fruit.
Everyone is aware of the health benefits of rising early. You may have previously given it a number of tries, also set numerous alarms. You have even made plans for what you will do when you wake up in the morning. But why do you lose interest once the alarm starts to ring and your blanket feels the cosiest of all? If this has ever occurred to you, this video is for you. So first of all, let's listen to Sadhguru what he says. And yeah, don't forget to watch the full video and share with your friends and family.
In the way the planet is spinning and what is happening, something very fundamental changes somewhere between 3:20 to 3:40. This is called Brahma Muhurtam.
This is relevant only up to 33 degrees latitude. Your system, human system, functions in a certain way. It is a possibility. So, there has been an awareness about making use of this possibility.
Your life is a product of many things that we call as the universe, many things that we call as existence. So we are a consequence of a certain phenomenal happening that we call as cosmos. We are not an individual existence. So when you get in sync, certain things will happen.
If you are seeking to organize your life and make it successful, do yourself a favor. To get up early, gifting yourself 2 early morning hours. Let's first understand what happens when you wake up early. The word Brahma Muhurtam has 2 words integrated in it. Brahman, that is God or creator, and Muhurtam, that means time. These are roughly 2 hours before sunrise until sunrise, somewhere around between 3:40 to 4 up to 5:30 or 6 o'clock. When the environment is tranquil and peaceful, your mind is just clear and undistracted and your brain is functioning at the alpha level. These are 2 magical hours when the nature of the planet's relationship with the sun and the moon is such that certain physiological changes happen in the human system at this time. There are many researches into this. The entire body is in a state of conducive atmosphere and there is a natural production of what is known as melatonin, which is a secretion of pineal gland. We want to make use of this because the pineal gland is secreting at its maximum during Brahma Muhurtam, which means you can stabilize the mind, mood and environment in sleep-wake timings and blood pressure regulations. So it is quite natural that the human mind comes to ease naturally during the time of Brahma Muhurtam. Now do you know your mind receives most creative thoughts during this time? All those thoughts will be lost if you just continue to sleep. Furthermore, your sattvic guna is at its strongest during this time. Your rajasic guna increases by midday and your tamasic guna increases by dusk. So avoid napping during Brahma Muhurtam. There is no better time to accomplish your goals than in early morning hours. Whether you want to master a new skill, gain a new knowledge, build physical strength or engage in spiritual practices. If you look closely at the lives of highly successful people, you will see that they almost always get up early. According to studies, such people are better planners. But why? Now imagine being in the sky with a panoramic view of entire city or country. In a similar way, by rising early, you may take stock of your day and your life and make better plans. Now, early risers are also more proactive because they have more time to think through and implement solutions to their challenges. Additionally, early risers become healthier and more optimistic. What is the magic of these two early morning hours? During the day, the major frequency from our brain is beta waves, but in the morning, we naturally go into the alpha state, or we could even go into theta state. So the mind is a powerhouse of creativity in the morning. But why do people find it difficult to wake up early in the morning? Let's first listen to Sadhguru about it.
One thing is maybe lack of physical activity, most probably that's a thing. Another thing is, your mind is in a mental diarrhea. Once it is going like this, what goes on, we have no control. Fear will happen, anxiety will happen, disturbances will happen. And your involvement with the world is gossipy. You're not involved as life. You're involved as a social person, understand? Right now, society has become the basis of your existence. So you cannot sleep because everybody is running through your mind.
During the time when our ancestors lived, that is somewhere around 100 to 150 years back, there was no electricity. So people had not much to do after sunset. So they went to sleep early, as a result of which they woke up early. But fast forward today, in this busy world, people have their homes fully lighted, as well as their exposure to lights and screens has increased several times late night. So they naturally sleep late and thus wake up late, therefore disturbing the circadian rhythm that functions along with the sun. So how do we correct this? Let us first listen to Satguru, what he says.
It's best if you're eating meat and other kinds of meals, you eat at least 3 to 4 hours before you go to bed. The digestion is over. Before going to bed, drink a certain amount of water and go to bed. You will see it gets taken care of just like this.
Now additionally to Sadhguru, between 10 and 11 at night, our brain releases melatonin. We can take advantage of that and go to sleep during this time, and when we practice this every night, secretion of melatonin just increases more and more, making us sleep faster and more easier. Along with that, to improve the quality of sleep, we must switch off our gadgets 1 hour before sleep, letting down your brain to unwind itself and go into the state of deep sleep. But what to do during this 1 hour before going to bed? Let's listen to Sadhguru and apply it to our life.
So every day in the night, all of you should do this before you go to bed. Last 3 minutes, everything that you have gathered, the body, the content of the mind, things, don't ignore small things, the small things are big things. If you sleep in that condition, you will wake up with much more light, with much more energy, with much more possibilities than you have imagined possible. Just sleep as life, not as a man, not as a woman, not as this and that. Keep everything down, simply.
Now, have you ever seen any saint or sadhu waking up late at 7 in the morning? Never. This is because one of our holy scriptures, Ashtang Hridayam, says, Brahmi Mahuratam Uttishtet Swasto Rakshartham Ayusha Tatra Sarvatha Shantyartham Samarecha Madhusudanam. Meaning, waking up during Brahma Mahuratam increases one's lifespan and helps avoid diseases. So now, what to do after waking up? First is introspection. You can identify harmful patterns in your behavior by engaging in introspection. By separating the things you can manage from those you cannot, it helps you keep your attention on the big picture. Instead of being swayed by societal conventions, introspection enables you to set your priorities and your own definitions of happiness. Retracing your steps from the previous day without passing judgments on them helps you stay away from the undesirable emotions like greed, rage, pride, and jealousy. You can pick the noble action over the selfish one by engaging in the habit of introspection. Second is studying. Old Testament according to Ashtang Hridayam, Brahma Muhurtam is the best moment to understand any of the spiritual knowledge. This period is good for reading, learning, and studying because of the general calm and quiet serenity of the surrounding and the awake conditions of your mind. Now let's listen to Sadhguru what else we can do.
At that time, you should sit up and do whatever process you have been initiated for, not what you picked up from a book. It will bear maximum fruit. The seed will get the necessary support at that time for it to sprout.
So, instead of hitting the snooze button and snoring again, just throw away your blanket, get up, get moving, and start your day with some meditation, creating eternal bliss with your inner self. It is Brahma Muhurtam, time to re-establish that lost connection with yourself. Up to next, stay safe, healthy, and namaskaram.